Hello, and welcome to part 2 of Dragon Warrior 2. Sorry about the last video being cut off so prematurely, as I had intended to make it a full hour video at least, but being called into work kind of canceled those plans. I could have said no since it was my day off, but I could always use the hours and extra money from them, so hey, why not? But anyways, because of the short video, there was a lot of stuff I would have explained had I had more time or not been so busy talking about my own previous history with the game and RPGs in general, this being only my third one, following the first Dragon Warrior game in 1989 and the first Final Fantasy in 90, and how long it took me to complete that first Final Fantasy game. Yeah. And then going into this one. But anyways, now I'll be using my own first video for visual as I explain some of the things I kind of skipped on or neglected to even mention in the first video as I was recording it. First of all, well, where is it? Let me find it in here. Oh yeah, okay. The dialogue here is a little different in the Switch version of the game. For many generations, the descendants of man. It ends with the highlight, 100 years have passed since then. They don't have that in the original version of the game. It had long since been rumored in Dragon Quest fan sites that it was 100 years, and I would always wonder where they got that from. You know, it doesn't say that in the game, at least not that I remember. Probably did in the Game Boy Color remake, probably where that came from. Now it does in the Switch version of the game as well, actually specify that this is set 100 years after the first game. This part, yeah, I was so busy commenting on how ironic it was that this was actually added to the American localization of the game, where in the Japanese Famicom original, this wasn't even there. I was too busy commenting on that to even talk about how the dialogue is a little different. Well, actually, never mind. This isn't where that change would be. Never mind. I mean, the dialogue is a little different, but nothing that stands out other than some word use differences. The plot twist I was thinking of comes later, after the lone survivor of this, well, the lone survivor along with the princess, of course, but makes his way to Midenhall. Yeah. And again, around here is where the Japanese original picks up. His dialogue here is a little different in the Switch version. So much so that it contains what some people could maybe even consider a spoiler if you're used to the original. Well, maybe not really a spoiler, wrong word there, but I mean, Hargon, well, I suck at explaining things. Hear me, O King. The army of Hargon the Sorcerer has sacked Moonbrew Castle, from whence I came. The evil of his magic is great, and I fear he will soon rule all the world. Unless a monarch as great as thee stands against him. Yeah, in the Switch version of the game, that dialogue is ad-libbed with something to the effect of, if not stopped, Hargon will summon a god of great evil or great power and lay waste to the world. That great god that Hargon is threatening to summon isn't even mentioned in the original version of the game here. You don't know about that until much later. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's good they brought it up this early in the game, but it does kind of ruin the surprise later on. At least, I would have thought so, but I guess everybody thinks differently, so who knows. Maybe some people are glad they brought it up this early in the Switch version of the game. Anyways. What? Okay, hold on. And of course, in random battles, as you've already seen, you fight groups of enemies. In the first game, it was just you and you alone fighting one enemy at a time, every battle and boss fight. Here, well, we'll eventually get a party of 3 people, yourself, the prince, and the princess, whose names are generated at random, I do believe. I don't know what specifies what names they'll be. Because like I said in video 1, I played the game twice back in the early 90s before losing all interest in it and never touching it again until now. But I do remember very, very explicitly that on the second playthrough, the name of the prince at least was different. I remember that because on my first playthrough, he had the name Lars, and I remember that because every time I'd play the, every time I think Lars Ulrich of Metallica, cool, yeah, rock reference there again as usual, but yeah, I mean that's how I remembered his name still today. Second playthrough was something different. I'm like, oh come on, where'd Lars go? Yeah. So I don't know what generates their names, but they're not default and they're not set, even in the Switch version of the game. There, like I said in the video, you can change that, make them what you want, but here you don't know what they're going to be until you actually meet them and they say their names. And then, you can't change it. It is whatever it's going to be, and that's all there is to it. So I don't really care for that myself, but yeah. And that's about it for reminiscence and flashback of the first video. Things I probably would have explained had it not been for being called into work and the abrupt ending of the first video. Now, back to where I left off here. Ooh, Draggies do 3 damage? Actually, they did considerable damage early on in the first game, too, when he didn't have much for armor. So I guess that ain't too different. Okay, well, how much money do I have? Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright. Okay. Yeah, sure. 140 bucks left. Not gonna be much to buy anything with, sadly, but... Of course, by the way, speaking of which, I've noticed that's another difference between the Switch version of the game and this one. In the Switch version of the game, if I remember correctly, he actually also sold a leather shield here. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but yeah. Yeah, they do. In the Switch version, he sells a leather shield there for 90 bucks. Yeah, I paused the video to go look, actually turn on the Switch version of the game and check it out. That could have been nice. Granted, earlier I couldn't afford it having only 50 bucks. But having a little extra defense might have helped earlier in video 1. Anyways, make my way east, or west rather. Yeah. Of course, one thing I don't like about this game, well, it's not really a dislike, it's just a, well, whatever. The main hero never does learn any magic. mean, in most Dragon Warrior games, I mean, yeah, obviously in the first game you had to since you were the only one in the entire party, but even in most of the other games where you have party members along with you, the main hero still learns magic spells. Anyways, the town of Leftwind. Okay, they didn't change that name. Okay, wow. They usually love changing all the names in remakes. Okay, these prices are definitely different. I mean, in the Switch version of the game, the chain sickle is only $330, and the chain mail is only $390. So yeah, they definitely changed the prices here. Kind of like how in the Switch version of the game, enemies give you more gold and experience. So far, I haven't noticed any differences there. Of course, I've barely fought any enemies here yet either, so... Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, get back here. What is he selling besides those high-priced leather shield? Okay. Might as well. Could always use some more defense. Oh shoot, I did actually buy the clothes. Way to go me. Bought a useless... Oh yay. I'm getting off to a good start here. Oh my... Oh, it's only 2... Really? The club is only 2 attack points less than... Well, that's kind of weird. I mean, I guess... In the original first game, the club was... You know, the copper sword was the next step up in weapons advancements from the club, sure. But I think it was much stronger than just 2 points more. Yeah, well... I mean, in the first game, it was bamboo stick or pole, then the club, and then the copper sword, as far as weapon advancements go. Okay, more defense, that always helps. Now, sell that club. Wait a minute. Oh, he don't... Okay, what? Wait a minute. So I thought. In the Switch version of the game, he asks if you want to buy from him or if you want to sell stuff you have to him. In this version of the game, he doesn't do that. Huh. Okay, well, who do I... Oh yeah, the item shop guys. Okay. Sell my club. Didn't even want it in the first place. Alright. Just barely out of town and you're already attacking. Sheesh. Well, they're still doing... Well, even with all that, even with the new shield, new armor, new defense, higher defense, they're still doing 3 damage. Holy crap. Remind me why I bought a shield for then? Okay. Ghost mouse. Ow! Alright. Damn, does everything do that much? Alright. Well, got up to level 5. Right now, for now anyway, it's not so much about the levels. I mean, that's nice. I'm going to be doing some grinding just for experience levels this time around, not repeating my mistakes from 30 years ago. But for now, I'm thinking more about weapon and armor upgrades. Okay. Got up to level 5 recently. Which, you know, back in the day, the more I think about that, and how I used to always run from battles every chance I could, or every time the game would let me, or die trying, I feel like an idiot. Should have known, you know, experience level ups in a game like this are kind of vital. You raise your stats and get more hit points. 90s me was a dummy. Or heck, even back in 1989 when playing through the first game, did the same thing. It's probably why I died so many times in that final dungeon. I mean, the enemies there can be annoying, but especially when you're trying to run from them to save time for the final boss. Anyways, buy some medical herbs. Wing of the Wyvern does the same thing as the return spell when you get... Oh shoot, that's right. I forgot all about that. That's another one of the things I remember not liking about this original version of the game. They fixed that in the Switch remake, the return/zoom spell as it is in modern games. Like it has in every game since Part 3, takes you to most of the towns you've previously visited from anywhere on the world map. Very, very convenient. One of my most used spells in a Dragon Quest playthrough. Here, however, will only, spoiler alert, will only take you to the town you last saved your game at. That's it. Oh goody, that's going to be a major inconvenience later in the game as more of the world map. Ah, shoot. I knew about that, but somehow managed to forget about that until just... Oh, goody. That's going to be something to look forward to. Not. Oh, well. Moving on. Going to buy some medical herbs. At least for now, since I don't learn any magic spells and have no way of healing myself other than coming back to the inn. Buy a few herbs and save them as emergency backup. And in my last video, I shouldn't have... I died that time because I went too far away from town. Shouldn't have done that. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own ideas. But for me, I don't like venturing that far away from... Usually try to stay close to town. Or so if I need to quickly get back to heal up, I can. In the first video, or that first... Yeah, that... I mean, sometimes even that doesn't matter, but... Alright. Edit out some of this. And Drakies are still doing that kind of damage. Holy crap. And if Drakies are still doing that kind of damage, I'm by no means ready to go on to later areas of the game and fight stronger enemies yet. Holy crap. Yeah. Alright. Edit. Pause video. Alright, well. But the chain sickle, 5-point defense or offense, 5-point attack increase. Of course, canonically, this was the first game to have the chain sickle. One of many weapons that were introduced in this game that have been common sense, especially in the early games. Oh, that's right, he don't reset. Okay, never mind. That's going to take some getting used to. I'm used to the Switch version where any merchant will buy or sell or buy your stuff. Alright. 75? Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, other than changing the name of this enemy from Big Slug to Mollusk, the Switch version of the game, the experience is pretty much constant between this and the Switch. For the enemies you fight around here anyways. Yeah, again, about a few name changes are respelling of the word Draki. Iron Ants. Yeah, okay, never mind. They're still called Iron Ants in this version of the game too, so they didn't change that name either. And yeah, at least for right now, just to make these comparison analogies, I'm kind of playing both games. Not at the same time, obviously, but fighting these enemies on one version and then going and playing. So, because just curious, I mean, in the Switch version of the first game, well, the slimes and the Drakies are still pretty much the same, but all of the enemies after that, they drastically, well, maybe not drastically, but they increase the amount of gold and experience you get from each enemy, making grinding take less time. They don't really do that in this game, though, however, other than reducing the price of the chain sickle from, what was it, 390 to 330, and the chain mail from 480 to 390. Reducing the price, that's about all they do to minimize grinding time in the Switch version of this game. Which I suppose helps, but still, I think I'd rather have the increased experience and gold drops from enemies. So you're getting those level ups and getting that money faster. You know, and yeah, so I thought. They slightly respelled the word Draki in the Switch version. D-R-C-K-I-E, as opposed to the way they spell it here, but other than that, the experience and gold drops are still the same. So yeah, personally I think I'd rather have it like in the first game, where each enemy gives you more experience and gold than just reducing the price in some, yeah. Alright. Nope, that's it for now. 296 bucks left to put towards the next party member when we get him, to upgrade his. Alright. Oh, you can walk over trees? What the hell? Okay. Alright, now. Good enough for now. Best weapons and armor available at this time. And up to level 8 experience in the process. Okay, who says I get to go first? Oh, come on. Where were all these random battles when I wanted them? Cannock. Can't get in there yet. Really? Wow. Okay. I mentioned this in the previous, at the beginning of this video actually. Lars. Okay, I get him back again. I don't remember what his name was on my second playthrough, but it wasn't that. Anyways, so we need to find his son, the prince, which can take a little effort. And a lot of traveling. Seriously, game, where were all these random battles so quickly when I was grinding and wanted them? But that's how it seems to work in RPGs. When you want the random battles, they seem to take forever to happen. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should have bought a couple ended orders. I think you get enemies that can poison you in here. I think. Actually, wait a minute, hold on. What? What are you doing in here? Not you, the person I just saw before the battle began. Naturally, there's going to be enemies in here. It's a dungeon in a video game. You, what are you doing here? No. Why? Whatever. Okay, maybe it's not this cave I was thinking of. Introduces enemies that can poison you. Maybe it's the next cave you go through. Nope, I was right. Never mind, scratch that. It is this one. Oh, excuse me. Sneezy. Oh. Okay. Another one of those, I guess. Yeah, how did you know that? He was going to Middenhall Castle. Of course. This is where it can get annoying. I mean, first of all, you have to remember he said Middenhall, not any of the other towns. Well, there's only 2 others at this point. So first we gotta get out of here. Well, I got enough gold now for armor or weapon upgrade for Lars when we find him. Okay, you're that guy again, okay. Is there anything over that way? Oh, what's this? Another one, huh? No. Oh, you mean, oh, that's stupid. I mean, it doesn't just go back. Oh, that's kind of dumb. In recent games, the contents of the chest would just, you'd put it back, the chest would still be there. You could use one of your items. Then with the now open inventory space, you can go back and reopen that chest. Well, that's kind of dumb. Okay, keep note of that. They don't have that option in this version of the game. Actually, I don't remember if they even had that option in the Switch version, now that I think of it. I know that's the case in some games, but... anything down here? Oh, okay, that just goes over here. Oh, wait a minute, no, this isn't. Okay, this is something else. What? Okay, I don't remember this. Right now that I have an open inventory space. Oh, okay. Well, more money for armor upgrades for... Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. Can I check over this way? Yeah, well, even if I did, I forgot there's nothing over there anyway, so it's not like I missed anything. Alright, now, it would be nice if there was a clearing here where it could just go due south and get to Middenhall a little faster, but... got these mountains in the way. Babbles already, huh? Another enemy that can poison you. Well, if it does happen, I do still have a few medical herbs. Let's get rid of the Babbles first. Oh, and Crudola. Not worried about him. I just don't want to get poisoned here. Oh, good experience. Okay. Oh, come on, game, really? Again, where were all these random battles when I wanted them? During the edited out grinding. That was instantaneous for the finished video. But actually took like, what? I don't know, I wasn't actually timing it with the stopwatch, but rough guessing, I'd say at least a couple hours. Approximately. Random battles were not happening anywhere near as frequently as they are now. And again, it's not just this game. I've noticed that in most of the RPGs I've ever played. I mean, I know it's not the case, but sometimes you'd almost swear it's like the game knows, oh, you're grinding. You want random battles. Well, good luck trying to get one. You know. Oh, wait a minute, you're going through a dungeon now. Well, here, have a random battle to spice up your trip. Here, have another one. Well, you've only taken 2 steps since the last one, but here, have another. Yeah. I mean, again, I know that's not the case, but you'd almost swear it sometimes. Unless it's maybe just me, I don't know. Maybe I'm the odd one here, but... Okay, there is apparently no shortcut to Middenhall from here, so... At least not that I'm seeing. Granted, I've never... Actually, to this day, never really looked at a screen cap image of the map. Since for the longest time I had no interest in this game whatsoever until the Switch version came out. Been playing a lot of that remake over the last couple of years. Don't want to go there yet. I don't think it matters as far as progression goes, but there's no one, I mean, he's not going to be there yet. It's kind of dumb. I mean, I agree with anybody who's ever criticized this whole setup. I think the same thing. Like I said, I haven't played this original in years, but I have been playing a lot of the Switch version of the game, and yeah, I agree. The whole way you meet and finally recruit the Prince of Cannock is kind of lame. I don't know why they decided to make it so tedious. Why do these enemies still get first attack? I'm at level 8 for crying out loud. Oh, come... Alright, well, normally you'd walk around this, but it's only 2 points of damage per step. I mean, if it were those electric barriers or whatever those striped ones are supposed to be that do 15 points of damage per step, then naturally I'd watch out for that since I only have like 60 maximum HP, 33 right now. Okay, I'm home. Haven't accomplished much since I set out. Got some better gear and raised a few experience levels, but hello, Dad. Okay, gained like 270 experience points. Dude, we're in Middenhall. What are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, I don't like the way fans sometimes overuse the mistranslation argument, almost to the point of becoming ridiculous and redundant. But obviously, this is one case of it. Was here, but now he set off to Middenhall. Where does he think we are? We're in Middenhall, so he set off. Yeah. Anyways, I'm pretty sure you actually have to get that mistranslated dialogue to further this sequence along. Now we go to left wind. Sorry if I said that too loud. We go to left wind, not Middenhall. We just left Middenhall. Now we go to left wind, and the Prince of Cannock should be there waiting for us at the end. Should be. I don't know why you had to go all the way out of your way to go back to Middenhall for this sequence, but yeah. Yep, there he is in the end there. Again, I agree. It's totally ridiculous. I don't know why you had to go all the way to Middenhall just to get the dialogue that you had just missed him. Why you could just come here and save yourself a little extra time, but no. They had to make this as annoying as possible, I guess. Even in the Switch version of the game, with the quality of life upgrades and whatnot, modifications that they made to it, they didn't fix this scenario. It's still the same. Well, we got one party member. Now I begin to see, over the course of the next several videos, if he's as, well, worthless as I remember him being. Or if again it's just a case of the fact that I very seldomly fought battles other than to just gain money for armor upgrades, and even then a lot of times they were too expensive, so I didn't bother. Just tried to run from everything and ended up being way too under leveled, so that's probably the source of a lot of my frustration and annoyance back in the day. Alright, actually before I buy anything for him, what's he already got? A club and leather armor, okay. Now, I can honestly admit one thing I miss about recent games and new remakes of old games are how they tell you if it's a stat increase or a decrease from what you already have for that party member before you even buy it. In these older games, you don't know that until you purchase it. By then, if it's if it's what you already had was better, well, too late. You already bought it. You already lost your money. I mean, you can sell it back for some of that money, but you still lose a portion of that purchase price in exchange. Yeah, kind of lame. I didn't realize just how much so until I started playing the newer games, and yeah, like, oh, what a nice touch. They tell you that before you purchase it, not after. Wow, how convenient. Oops. Luckily, I played the Switch version enough times recently, so I have a pretty good idea of what weapons he can and can't equip and which ones are better than what, so shouldn't be too much of an issue, but that's right, never mind. He don't buy back stuff from you in this version of the game. Gotta remember that. Okay. Okay. What? Oh, just a bunch of medical herbs. Okay, well, he don't have anything else to sell. So. Let's see, what is leather armor? I think he can equip the chainmail, but I still need another 139 bucks for that yet. Which at this point is okay. I want to do a little level grinding anyway, since he starts out at level 1. He has the heal spell, which can be convenient. So I don't need to worry about having as many medical herbs, maybe a couple of them, but don't need to fill my inventory with them anymore. Now, actually, while I'm still thinking about it, before I go too, overboard with grinding time, is there anybody here that tells you, I mean, you could go south of here and make your way, slowly make your way towards Moonbrook, but actually there's one other place you might want to go to first. And I'm just wondering if anybody here tells you that, or if you're just expected to explore and find that on your own, like I did. Back then. Northwood of Castle. Oh yeah, okay. Dude, get off. I hate when they get in the way. Yeah. Well, if you hadn't played, like, Final Fantasy before this, that might be new information, but for me, having played a ton of the first Final Fantasy game, not having quite completed it yet at this point, playing this for the first time, but I'd played enough of it to know about that. Okay, they tell you about that. Yeah, but they don't, like I said, I'm trying to see if there's anyone that tells you about the other place you can go to get a very useful item. Or again, if you're just expected to explore and find it on your own. Which to a point I don't mind, I kind of like that, but there's also a point where that gets to be a little too pathetic. Expecting too much exploration, expecting too much, curiosity on the behalf of the gamer. Okay, nobody here in this town seems to say anything about it. So let's check Cannock Castle. Anybody here tell you about it? I mean, again, I know where it is. I'm just wondering if for in-game strategy guide walkthrough kind of for figuring out where you got to go next. Without a guide, like back in the day when I played this, when there was no internet, certainly not internet for video games yet. Yeah, you might have been able to see it. But from this distance, I kind of doubt it. I mean, then again, it's a video game. Real life physics and science don't apply, so yeah. What? Our friends just studied the ways of magic, though with heavy on. Oh, okay, I get it. He's saying, basically saying he's the typical mage in an RPG, good at magic, but terrible at everything else. Okay, I get you. Typical mage in an RPG game, especially the earlier RPGs like this one. I mean, they do get a little better with that in mages in recent games, but... Okay, there's the inn. No, it don't look like anybody says anything about it here, either. You're really expected to just find that on your own? Hey, I want to talk to you. What? Of course it matters if people steal things. You moron. Well, that's kind of a defeatist attitude, don't you think? Come here, dude. Come on. I want to talk to you. Get over here. Okay. Well, he hints at it. Okay. That's exactly what I was hinting about myself. There is some in-game dialogue that hints at it, but they don't seem to tell you where to find it. You really expected to know exactly where to look for that silver key on your own? Oh yeah? So yeah, apparently no one tells you that it's in a cave west of here. You know, I already know about that. I've already been there. That's east of here. The cave with the silver key is in the opposite direction. So yeah, apparently no one tells you that. Which is kind of lame, I agree, since you're going to need that silver key. Several times, actually. So yeah, oh well. I guess, like so many other things back in the day, you were expected to just have tons of free time. Sit there in front of your TV for an eternity, exploring every square inch of the world map and finding these things out on your own. I mean, I kind of liked that, but everything has its limits, you know. And like a lot of people I've seen play the game today, it took me a long time to find that. as they had that dialogue about the monolith to the west that leads south of here, and I hightailed it that way as soon as I could, and yeah. Got to so many locked doors that needed the silver key and didn't have it and was wondering where it was. Yeesh. So yeah, I mean, again, with emphasis, I like when games leave things open for you to find out on your own. Not so hand-holdy like a lot of today's games are, but this, kind of presses that issue, or however you want to put that. Expecting the people to find things on their own, But yeah, anyways, enough about that. Alright, well, yeah, that's where I end this video. A little more off-screen grinding, get Lars leveled up a little bit, get that armor upgrade. And then we go off to the west to get that silver key, or at least try to. Anyways, thanks for watching, as always, and save my game, and see you next time. Bye.